Here we are. We're live. I'm just still typing in stuff into the chat and the messages. Oh, I'm running a little behind tonight. That's all right. I'm sure you'll understand. There we go. I'm just making sure I get the usual disclaimers in here. And let me take care of that right now. And information as well, of course, here. So we'll take it through the top here. If you're new, please, please, please email me. The email's right there in the chat, and it's also on the screen. And I need is your real name with your YouTube name, your shipping address, and your PayPal information. Because that's what we use is we invoice through PayPal, and we ship through Pirate Ship. And let me see here. Let me finish this last message here. Okay. And so I usually, once let's try this again. I'm trying to copy and paste here and it's not working. There we go. Okay, so once I put the sold in the chat, that ends the bidding. No multiple items tonight. I don't think that I wasn't planning any. Let's put it that way. Sometimes things change. I think I do have some silver items. Yes, I do have some silver items tonight, and I'm pretty confident that they are silver. I have not been able to test them, but the source is reliable. So we'll talk about that as we go. Anyway, I hope you saw the preview. If you didn't, that's okay. I wanted to make sure people who were, especially those who were interested in Avon type stuff, and not the fragrances and none of that. Although I probably have some of that somewhere, stored in a box somewhere. But no, this is all stuff that I picked up recently from an Avon dealer, and it got some really good deals. And this is stuff that's been sitting in place for probably 20 years, I think. If you look at some of the dates on these things. So, but it's brand new in box. And then I have some other silver items from another clearance. I think I was managed to salvage a couple of items from the estate sale, at least one anyway for sure, and maybe a couple others. I've got some really interesting toys, a couple purses. Let's see what else here. I know I'm going to forget something. Oh, the Barbie doll I showed in the preview, which I hope if there's any Barbie collectors out there. I actually have 2 Barbie items tonight. So that's where we are. So that's the simple intro. If you're new here, or you may be forgotten, we are situated here in Northwest Vermont. I'm trying not to be too repetitive of how I say it in the past, but I'm trying to make sure I get you the same information. So yeah, we're about, I think it's 95 miles from Montreal. We're about less than an hour to the Canadian border with Quebec in Mountain, Vermont. We're not about a 35, 40-minute drive to the city of Burlington, which is the largest city in Vermont, on Lake Champlain, which is the 6th largest lake in the United States after the Great Lakes. Let's see. I've been out sailing on that lake. It's really nice. Let me see. What am I say? Okay, so my wife, I have been doing this for over 3 years now, and I have an eBay store. Although right now I need to bolster it a little bit, get some more new stuff out there. So, but there's some nice stuff out there on eBay, and it's different stuff than what I have here. Hey, Romo. So hope things are good out in your neck of the world. But anyway, so yeah, so a lot of interesting stuff tonight. Let's see what else we don't know. So I am technically retired. Worked at IBM for 40 years, but give or take a few months. Well, kind of weird story there in itself. I how to say it, forced to retire the first time. Then they called me up and said, "Hey, can you come back?" About 6 months later, and that actually worked out really well for me because they paid me more than when I left. And then the site I'm working at here in Vermont got sold to Global Foundries, which is still going and they're doing very well apparently. And so I went to work for them for a few years. Always worked on the next version of computer chip. So IBM's mainframe computers rely on having the next best technology, and that's one of the reasons we existed, is because we were making those chips for them, and nobody else had them. So IBM could always say they had unique and faster computers, and that was always true. In fact, in the top fastest computers in the world, IBM always had 3 or 4 of those spots of the various computer models that they had. So it was pretty fun working there. But I was working on that other company for that other company, and they decided that the program we were on, which was the next version, was getting too expensive, and they decided to let a whole bunch of us go. But they're still doing okay, like I say. But it's a different role for them. So then I worked in the medical software field for a while. So I've been fully employed off and on for many, many years, and now I'm finally retired and doing this. So, and this is fun. I like it. And I always want to say, if you are a reseller and you're interested in doing something like this, you're welcome to join me. Just email me and say, and it doesn't have to be Thursday night. And in fact, I know right now, I think one of the people I like to watch on the auctions, they're doing one right now that started at around 5 o'clock my time, and they're doing quite well. So get rid of some of this stuff so you don't see so much glare. There we go. Yeah, that's better. So I'm used to having. I've worked in computers for all my life almost, and I've got 2 monitors going here, and that's why you saw some glare. It was from the second monitor. I just killed that, so it doesn't do that anymore. So let's see where we're going to start. I think I'll alternate again, like I've done in the past, with some non-jewelry items. I've got some really fascinating pieces from Avon that are not jewelry. So it's not all jewelry tonight. But those, so when you hear Avon, it's not Avon favorite fragrances or lotions or any of that stuff. It's Avon jewelry and or Avon items. We'll just say, because it's pretty broad, various collectibles or things like that they made for, and some of it's seasonal, kind of things. So, okay, let's start with this. I'm going to switch camera. I can show it to you on the screen. So we've got Squishables, I think that they call them, right? Yeah, Squishmallows. There we go. I gotta make sure I had it right. And this one, I've got 2 of these. This one is Sonic the Hedgehog. It's brand new. His original price tag on there was $20. Let me look at my clipboard here just to see what I was planning to start at that. I guess I have a lot of stuff going tonight, so I had to write a few things down. Okay, we're going to start these brand new, and I've got 2. So anybody's interested in more than one, it's going to be the Ibis bidder makes decisions, right? So we're going to start the bidding at $8. Now, let me put that down so I can type that in, because I cannot hold and type at the same time. So I'm going to call it Sonic plushie. That, for those of you who haven't heard that term, that's a common term around here to call a plush-filled toy like that. And we're going to start him at, what did I say, $8, right? Brand new. So, and we'll pin that up on the screen so we can make it clear. Like I said, he is made by a company called Jazzwares. And you can see the original price was $20. These from this store where it came from. I'm not sure what the if there's another price, but that's the reference I'm using. And you can see he's literally a round little guy. You can see in my hand. It would say he's maybe let's see here, about 7 inches tall, roughly, and about 6 inches across. Not quite full, not quite round, but more oval shaped. But there he is, and he's got the little things on the back. He is really soft. I mean, you can see how soft this thing is. There are no buttons on this. Just sewn on fabric, it looks like. So really a safe toy. I don't know if it tells you there's an age limit on this. I didn't see one mentioned, but that doesn't mean there isn't one. Let me see what the inside tag says. No, it just says more to squish. in 5 languages. And I'm looking to see if it has any kind of warning on it here, but I haven't seen one yet. Like I said, I've got 2 of them. And so it's the original. There's the original Squishmallows. So not a copy. Alrighty. No interest in the Sonic plushie Squishmallow. $8 start. Okay. We will put the 2 of them aside. If somebody sees this later and they're interested, just give me a holler. Okay, I think I don't want to jump right into the Avon stuff. Well, I guess I will. I'll do one Avon item right now. This is this is brand new in the box, Avon. And I have no idea what to ask for this, actually. I never even looked it up. This is an Avon pocket mirror in the original box. Screen. I'll just say pass on that before I get started on this. So it's a styling tool pocket mirror. And I'll take it out of the box, but you'll see it's still in the bubble wrap. But I do have 2 of these. One in the box, one not. There it is. It's a really simple, not a really large mirror. It's something that will fit in your purse or bag or whatever, or in your glove box. It's roughly 3 and 3.75 inches across. You can see the Avon logo on there and above my hand. And I have a second one that's not in the box. So what I think I will do, Avon mirror in the box, let's do I have no idea what to ask for that thing, so I'm just going to do a buy it now, $5. And if you want the one that's not in the box, $4. Okay. So just so you know, that's what I'm looking for. I have no idea what these sold for. I didn't look it up, so didn't take the time to look it up. But there it is, and it's plastic, acrylic, whatever. If anybody's interested in the Avon mirror, then we'll do some jewelry next. So I've got 2 of these, one in the box, one not. I say in the box is, if you want to give it as a gift, or something like that, then it's nice to have the box. So there it is in the box. Is there a date on this? 2001. Not bad. 2001. No, that's not focusing very well. So let me see if I can fix that. No, that's making it worse. Yeah. I don't know if that's any better. Okay. You set that down. And we will pass on that. Yeah, the woman, she's moving and had all this stuff that she just didn't want to deal with anymore. Let's see. Jewelry. My hands on what I wanted to show you, and I set it aside. There it is. Okay. Not Avon, but these are I think they're in stone. Let me double check that. Can't read it. But it's a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of earrings that are with stones. Oops, let me get that up the screen. 5 pairs of stud earrings. Okay, and so I think I'm going to go in order here. Let's see if I can do this. Citrine at the top. I think it's quartz. I'm trying to read it. There's got an abbreviated in the back. There's the bottom of the amethyst. Peridot, I think maybe that is that. And then the last one is See, it's no topaz. They say topaz. I'm sorry. One of those is topaz, and garnet is the last one. Okay, so it doesn't say on the box. Let me see if I can get it. No, that's not going to focus. Let me, and the print is really tiny. So I was trying to read that. Wow. Let me see what it says here. My loop here, and I can read it. It is labeled SS. So I don't know. Yeah, garnet, peridot, topaz, citrine, and amethyst for the set of 5. And I was trying to figure out if it was SS is stainless steel or sterling silver. I'm going to assume that I don't know. So I'm going to call this a set of 5 post earrings with stones. Oops, space bar in the wrong place. We're going to start this at $10. Okay, so show it again up close. Put it in here. Go hand steady here. Oh, I know what the right problem is. My camera's crooked. Let me straighten it up. Yeah, now I got to move to line up with the camera. So there they are, 5 of them. I think Rommel, I think you're right. I think it's probably a stainless steel. If it's silver or sterling, they'll say sterling, or they'll say 925 or something like that. Especially where these seem fairly new, in this box. I didn't pull one to look and see if it was marked on the ear. Let me look. Grab one real quick and just look at the backing. At least the backing is labeled. Well, I'll take that back. It is sterling. The earring back piece, the little guy, that's marked 925. So that's a good deal. 5 pairs of 925 earrings for $10. There's the post, right? And I just pulled one and looked at it. The first one, the garnet one, and that's what I saw. It was 925 on the thing. So that's cool. So, and it'll come in this box, of course. So it can, if it's a gift, or if it's just something you want to separate them and give them. You got 5 people that you want to give earrings to, and they're happens to be their birthstone or something like that. I see Rommel at 10, and anybody else would be the next bid would be 11 or more. If there's any other interest, but I'll show it again here. Like I said, the box was labeled on the back, but like I said, it really just tells you what the stones are in abbreviation. So if you don't remember, you just have to look on the back and remember that GAR is garnet, PER is peridot, TOP is topaz, CIT is citrine, and AMY is amethyst. But cool. Alrighty. Well, nobody else is jumping on that. I'm not going to. I have to wait long enough for the lag to have, the lag on here to kick in. So we're going to sold to Rommel for $10. Now, I don't know if I've gotten an email from you yet, but I can check maybe off during a break here. But I know people know you, so I'm not worried about you. I know you have other people that seem to know you well, so you're welcome. No, thank you. All right, let me write that down. There. Okay. Actually, let me write. Put a tag on that just so make sure I know when that way I know when I open the box that it's yours. There. Okay, we'll set that aside. Now, there was a person that commented during the preview. They're interested in 60s and 70s stuff. If they show up tonight, please say something in the chat. I did bring a few things that I came across really quickly. I got a bunch of stamps, mostly foreign, that are all from the 60s and maybe a couple from the 50s. But they're all mostly, they're mostly foreign. Everything from let me see, this one here is what has to do with San Marino, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Jordan, Rwanda, and British colonies. So there's some really interesting stamps there. And if that person shows up and they're listening, that's some of the items I brought tonight. Okay, so that was jewelry. So we're gonna do a little alternating. Okay, I got this brand new purse, bag. Actually, it's more of a clutch, I guess you call it. And it's by Jen and Company, and that's what it looks like here. It's a really not a large, but it's got a, I guess you call it a crossbody because it's got a really long strap on it. I think the material is a mixture. Let's see if we can find the tag on that. I don't recall seeing one, but it doesn't mean there isn't one. I just didn't take the time to look. It feels like, I don't think it's leather. I think it's some kind of sewn. In fact, I think it even said on the tag. Let me see what it says. Oh yeah, here it is. Vegan. Oh, it's a vegan purse. So it won't be leather. It won't be leather. It's made by Jen Companies. Is PCTA? Oh, PETA. Sorry, the C is the E looks like a C. PETA approved vegan. It's a Riley woven crossbody. It's woven straw, and so it's got a bunch of pockets like that. One zippered pouch on the inside, and let's just show you that works. And it has a little place to put, credit cards in two places, and then just a regular open pouch. And there's the Jen and Company logo inside, and then it has one larger zipper that kind of closes the whole thing in. And I always like to demonstrate that the zipper works, so you can see it's closed. There's the original tag, Jen and Company. There's the original price. Okay. And I'm going to start this at $10. And it's a crossbody bag. Bag? Is that what they call it? Bag. Crossbody. They just say crossbody. Okay, I'm going to say crossbody bag, starting at $10. And so you can see it's kind of a woven pattern on the outside. And the strap is let me get it up on camera here, like that. There's the strap, and it is adjustable. There's the buckle there. You say by Jen and Company. And even the Jen and Company logos on the pull tab as well, which is always a good sign. I've gotten, for some of the higher end brands, I've learned a little bit about what to look for fakes. And a lot of times they skip on things like the zipper and that kind of stuff. But this is not a big name like Coach or something like that. But it's still, it was a fairly expensive purse at one time for a small crossbody. So there it is. Again, there's the main pocket. It opens up. Another zippered pocket inside. And lots and lots of stuff, lots of room really to put your credit cards, driver's license, and whatnot in there. Now here's still has the silica gel pack in it. So, but anyway, that's where it is. If there's no interest, we will go to some jewelry. Okay, we will pass. Again, people watching later, sometimes they watch after we're done their auction, and I always say, just email me if you want something that was shown. One of the other items I got, and this is sterling items. These are really interesting. I got two of these. I think I do. Did you drop one? Oh yeah, there it is. Now, I'm going to switch cameras because I think the other camera is going to show it better than my camera I'm holding onto here. Oh, the camera in front of me, I mean. So let's switch cameras. And go to this camera, get my coat out of there, my pens and whatever. Okay. Now let me find. Let me grab a display here. If I can get it to prop these up so you can see that. I'm going to show you one of them, but they're identical with one exception. I think I had one of these last week, but a different version of it. And so this is made by a company. Let's see if we can get that clear off of there. There we go. CAI, cool and interesting. The name of the company. It is sterling, and what they are is they're a necklace that has a little tiny disc on there with a letter, and this one has the letter F. And I'm trying to get it to clear that the little tiny F. There it is. And the second one I have is a W. So they and so this is brand new, obviously. Here was the original price. Okay, silver, hammered small disc, initial W. And that one says the same thing on the back of that. So the CAI sterling necklace, initial necklace, I'm gonna call it that. We'll start this at $10 for choice. So the high bidder gets choice. Okay. So when I said in the beginning, you know, choice, this isn't a little different than choice. This is just the choice for the high bidder to decide which one they want, and then somebody can pick the second one if they want it. But that's what we're going to do with this. And so there it is. And again, it's a very delicate little chain, as you can see. That one's the letter F. Lowercase, by the way, you notice. Lowercase. And this one's the letter W. And finest, cool, and interesting jewelry, handcrafted with love. And so there is the rest of the chain in the back, so you can see the way it's packaged. But you need to either know someone or be the person that has that initial, maybe, or I don't know, maybe you don't care about the initial and you just like the jewelry. That's a sterling necklace. That is what we have. Yeah, it's going to make a note of it here that I'm showing it. So I showed it. And the purse we showed. Okay. Excuse me. My allergies have been kicking in lately, and this is a bad time of year for me, generally. Worst time of year for me, generally, allergy-wise. In this area, we have something called ragweed, and it usually peaks out right about the middle of August, usually around the middle of August. So, oh, thank you, Rommel. No, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Rommel. It looks like R-O-M-E-L, yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so yeah, this is a bad time of year for me, allergies and stuff. So my voice may sound a little raspy at times. That's because I'm congested and I'm just doing what I can with what I have. I try to avoid medications if possible. I do take, you know, vitamins and some other herbal type stuff that seem to help. But okay, and I remember, Rommel, you have a situation where I'm sending this to someone for you, I think, as I recall. So we'll take care of that. Okay, no interest in the initial necklaces. And let's pull those aside. And let's see, what are we going to show next? No interest in the nose. We're going to pass and cut pass on that so I don't forget. There. Okay. Let's see. Well, now, I have some really interesting glassware tonight. We could do that next, I suppose. Any people out there that like combination of glassware and marbles? I forget. Oh boy. My wife's going to shoot me if I don't remember how much she wanted me to put this up for it. I'm going to leave this camera up because I think it's the best way to show this particular piece. This piece dates back, I think, it looks like carnival glass. Oh, I was just sorry. I was making sure I could pronounce your name correctly. And the other thing was, I'm just saying I'm fighting allergies, so if my voice sounds a bit raspy at times, this is a bad time of year from allergies here with ragweed. So anyway, so this piece is not just the glass dish and top with a little deer on it, and I think what they call it carnival glass is the type of glass. Best research I could do on this thing was it goes back to the 1940s ish, possibly. So anyway, I was just making sure I pronounced your name right. Anyway, so we're gonna call this it's carnival glass. Oops, I misspelled carnival. Good thing for spell check. Glass dish and cover with marbles included. Now, my wife is a marble collector, but these are not ones that she collects. So I'll show you what I mean. We're going to start this at $20. Like I said, this is definitely vintage. Not antique, but awful close. So there's the lid. It's immaculate, by the way. This thing is in perfect condition. You can see the seams actually on there from when they created this. But it's full of marbles, but they're the iridescent marbles, except for with one exception. One lone little orangey marble in there. Don't know why. I did try to fluoresce it to see if it would, fluoresce with a black light. All it did was just bring out the orange a little more. It didn't do much with these guys either. All it does is just reflect the light for the most part. But they're iridescent marbles. I didn't count how many. I would say at least a dozen or more are in there. And so I'll pack this. My wife has found a way to pack stuff that we're going to start doing now. It worked really, really well with something we did for our family. We have brand new diapers that were discarded. And so we use the diapers as packing material, and boy, does that work good for packing glass items. So I'm saying that because if you get this and it comes packaged in a diaper, it's a clean diaper. It's brand new. It's not, but the packages were discarded because they were torn open or something like that. And so we took advantage of that and got them really, really cheap, and they use them for packing material, which works really, really well. So, but anyway, so there's the little carnival glass piece. And I did not see any markings on the bottom. You can see there's the bottom. And I'll take the marbles out of this, of course. I'm not going to ship it with the marbles in there. But that's what you get. Get all the marbles in there. And like I said, they're what they call it, iridescent marbles. Take out a couple so you can see. Some variety. There's blue and there's silver-ish and greenish. And I know there are people that love marbles, so it's probably worth. It might be worth just that for the marbles. The $20. I have no idea. My wife is the marble expert, and she didn't tell me what she thought they were worth. She just said just include them with the dish. So I said, okay. Anyway, I was going to write something down so I know I showed it. Lately, I'll start doing stuff, and I'll realize I didn't write it down, and I said, did I show that last week or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or last year, or I don't remember. So sometimes I just need to keep it and for my inventory alone. So, okay, no interest in that. I really thought there'd be somebody out there interested in something like that. Okay, we will pass on that. Put that aside in a safe place. It is a fringed lid on it, so it doesn't slide off. It's really nice. Okay. Put that, so find a safe place for it. Give me a second. Grab some jewelry back there. Okay. All right. Okay, this is, I think, I wouldn't call it vintage, but it certainly seems style-wise, something that's a little older, and it does have a manufacturer's name on it. So let me look it up and tell you what it is for. I can't remember. Oh, Sarah Coventry. Okay. So this is a Sarah Coventry choker, and I'm going to bring the camera up and down on it so you can see it close. And we'll get you a length here in a minute. Somehow I misplaced my tape measure, so I don't want to get my ruler tonight. I don't know what I did with that. It was up here. Of course, this room's a mess, so let me get a length on this before I post it on. It's longer than I expected, but so it looks like 14 inches roughly. I don't think I showed this before. Maybe I did. I had this in my bin of stuff, and so the Sarah Coventry tag is right there. I may have shown this last week, and it's one thing I didn't write it down. So if I did, I apologize. But so I thought, let's see. Oh yeah, what we asked for this Sarah Coventry necklace, gold tone with pearls. Well, I'm sure that's full pearls with gold pearls. Start this at $6. Yeah. Just writing that down, so keep track of that one. Because like I said, so you can notice it's the older style. It's not a lobster claw; it's the round style clasp, right next to the Sarah Coventry tag. And there's no extender on this. It is a fixed length. So, okay. While you are perusing that, let's see what we're going to do next. I do have that Barbie doll. I do have some other non-jewelry Avon. So, yeah, that's good. Oh, that's what I'm going to show. Okay. So, no interest in the Sarah Coventry. We will pass on that. set that aside. What I need to do with some of these is I need to put a little, when, you know, I have on some of my stuff I have inventory tags, and I probably should do that with this, and then I can label it when I've shown it. Okay, next item, and I'm gonna leave the camera just the way it is because it's the best way to show this. Barbie clutch, and it is not new, but it seems to be in really good condition. And we're going to start this at let's stay with the $6 range. I couldn't find anything, you know, that was any kind of issue. It is, you know, it is just a little snap there, a little opens up to that, and there, and there. I think it'll say what it's made of here, maybe, or who makes it. M-I-N. Sorry, I can't get the angle. I was trying to. M-I-N-I-S-O is the name of it. Looks like that's written on the inside. And I'm sure this is mostly polychloride. Not. It's got the snap there, little Barbie logo on there. Looks like room for enough cards in there, and a little bit of cash or whatever. And there's the outside, the way it looks. I'm thinking about sure. Why not? All right, good thing you said that because I was just about to put the sour cover away. I'm going to write your name on it now. Let me just put that in the chat here first. Oops. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm having difficulty typing for some reason tonight. That's not unusual for me. I want to make sure I get it right in the chat. There. Done. And let me grab the other two items also. And put them with your other purchase, which is all right. Just let me make sure I get everything straightened out here while you're looking at the Barbie thing. Oh, there we are. Okay. Let's throw this in this bag. Just make sure I don't misplace something here. So. Okay. Oh, there's the box. So, all right. I think I should start a box for you. There we go. There. Keep it organized. There. Okay. Okay. So Barbie. So this was the first of the two Barbie items tonight. Let's see, Barbie clutch. Might be a nice gift for a little girl or for an adult. It doesn't matter. For those that are really Barbie nuts out there, freaks, whatever you want to call it yourself. My wife loved that movie. Absolutely adored it. She has a copy of the movie, so she can watch it whenever she wants. Oh, you want the Barbie thing as well? Okay. No, give me a few seconds here. Let me write it down. And And I get to write down your other two items as well. So I'm going to put this down as, and the Sarah Coventry there, and there. Just making sure I get it all documented. And we'll say sold. Oops, Barbie clutch sold for $6. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And where was that? Okay. Got to do a little bookkeeping here. Make sure I keep things in order. Put that in your basket. Box. Okay, jewelry. Let's go. Okay, let's start with some Avon jewelry. I did have to go look some of these up. Now this is Queen of Hearts, and this is one of the ones I showed in the preview. Queen of Hearts necklace and earring set. And this says the Studio. Oh boy, focus. There we go. Studio 1886. There's the cover. I just slid it off of there. But that is an Avon. Oops, upside down. That is an Avon from 2026. Oh, I didn't realize that it was that new. Okay, well, like I said, she was a. Oh, this is not from the. That's right. This came from a different source. That's why. This is new, but it is still in the original package. Queen of Hearts. And I don't think there's a price on it anywhere. No. So I'm going to leave it like that. Avon Queen of Hearts set. I'm going to start this at $10. Brand new. Never been taken out. I never even tried to take it. It's in the plastic still, as you can see. I didn't even try to take it out. I don't think I can. Without damage. I don't want to damage the package. So let me see if I can pop that out just to see the back of it. Let's see, get something skinny back there. Nope, that's not going to work. That'll mark it up. I don't want to do that. Hang on a second. Let's see if I get something flat. Oh, there we go. I just want to pop the package open so you can see the back. Okay, there's not much to see. Just the chain and the back of the earrings. So the stud earrings. Oh, we spelt that. Let's try that again. Avon Queen of Hearts set stud in $10. There we go. Let me get rid of the other one. I'll show that one. There we go. So as you can see, it comes in the original box. Brand new. If there's any interest in that. Barb, hey, nice to see you tonight. Barb's at 10. Anybody else interested? Be 11 or more. Hope you're doing well. Barb, I owe you an invoice. I know. I'm behind on about 4 invoices, yours and 3 other people. I apologize for that, but we'll get it out there soon, really soon. So let's write this down. Obviously, this is Avon Queen of Hearts. And I didn't. Some of these I looked at, and some of these I didn't. So I'm kind of assuming they're all in the same range of value, but I'm never sure. So this may be a better deal than I think, but what I paid for it, I'm not losing anything money on it, so I'm not worried. So, okay, I'm going to say sold to Barb for $10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Put that back in its original box. And I said it's got that. And the little sleeve, Studio 1886. And oh, you box in the other room, of course. I'm finally getting myself in this room where I have got enough room I can roll my chair back a few inches without bumping into something. Okay, speaking of jewelry. Oh, shoot. No, I can't show that. Oh, I'll have to set that aside. I just noticed something was not quite right with that. So we will set that aside for the moment. Okay, so that was jewelry. We show one purse. You know, I want to show this, but I am at a loss. Oops, let me get that off the screen. I'm at a loss as to what to ask for this particular one. And I'm going to paper behind here so you can see the color of it. When I looked this up, every place said they think it's crate and barrel, but I'm not 100% sure of that. But what they were going for on what this is going for on the various auction sites, this is in immaculate condition. It's beautiful, and this bottom is polished, which is always a good indication of quality. I would assume it's blown glass, but they made more than one of them. So whether they're all unique or not, I can't tell you one way or the other. So let me give you the proper description here, and we'll go from there. Okay. It's called a blue and white confetti swirl art glass. Rebecca Vase. That's a long name, but that's why I had to go get and look, because I could not remember all of that, and I didn't write all of that down. All I wrote down was crate and barrel. So these are going for some crazy varying prices. But I'm gonna okay, I'm just gonna call this a crate, and let me see if I can get this name right. Let me see if I get this right. Confetti swirl. Confetti swirl art glass base. Okay, and we'll start this at $20. And if you're just joining us, we mentioned earlier, one of the things that we discovered that works really good for packaging, which we're going to start using now, are brand new baby diapers, and not the cloth ones, but the disposable ones, because we got our hands on a couple containers of packages that were torn open that they couldn't sell to people for babies, so they marked it down to next to nothing. But it is gorgeous. Now this thing is beautiful. I think it's let me get the tall, how tall this is. I'm gonna guess it's about 6 or 7 inches tall. About 6 inches tall. And I think at the widest it's about 6 inches as well. Yeah. But yeah, and I think this is where I probably have the wrong color to accent it. So let me get up for a second here. I'm gonna stretch my legs and put a different color underneath it so you get to see the swirl pattern better. Move for a second. And yeah, that That really shows. Well, that helps a little bit. I think that's too much light. Yeah. So I was wondering if the darker color would bring out the pattern a little bit more, but I don't think it does. Huh. Surprising. Because when I look at it, when I'm looking at it, it doesn't to me seem like it's, yeah, that's not bad with black dark underneath. But it is gorgeous, yeah. Something I just got my hands on today, actually. And I did check this thing over. I run my hands. Your hand is the best way to tell, look for any blemishes or anything. And this thing is really nice. Like I said, the bottom is smooth. My wife swears she saw some initial signature on there somewhere, but I couldn't find it. And I meant to show it back to her again so she could point it out to me. But anyway, cool, huh? So it'll be up on eBay if nobody's interested tonight. But I thought I'd give you guys a chance at the lower price, because when I put it on eBay, it's going to be more than $20. So, okay. Now we'll pass on that and put that somewhere nice and safe. Oh, let's see here. Can't go all jewelry with them. Okay, so I've got a set of two bracelets here. And these are zebra jasper on both of them, I think. No, just on one. There's a zebra jasper on one. I don't know what's on the other. I don't see it on the other. So let me show you what the zebra jasper. And is that going to show up nicely with the white be better? Let's see here. The white's better. Okay. So zebra. There are those faux pearls on there as well. Bracelet. And we'll start this at $8. And it is the stretchy kind. And let me do the little black light thing on that, but I don't think those are real. All I'm seeing when I put it on there is the reflection of the blue light back to me. I mean, I could kill the light here and try it with no light. Sometimes you have to completely kill them. That's that white paper likes to illuminate. But yeah, I don't see anything. Just the reflection. So, okay. All right. So you can see the little gold tone in there and beads in between. There's the zebra jasper. I think there's what, 3 of them in there. Yeah. Did not see any kind of a label or mark to indicate any kind of indication what that is. But very pretty. I'm not the best model for bracelets. But it is always good to see it against flesh tone, I think. It gives you a better feel of how it's going to look when you're wearing it. I don't know why the light intensity keeps changing. This camera does some weird things with trying to adjust for the light. But the green color is accurate. I think the white background is tricking the camera sometimes. So, excuse me, let me grab a sip of water here. I say thanks for people being here tonight. I appreciate it. I really do. I want to make sure I show what I showed in the preview. So, and there was a lot of Yvonne stuff in the preview. And we've gone through some of it, and we'll get through more of it here. I think that'll be the next item. Will be one of those. I have so much Avon stuff tonight that I probably won't. We probably won't get through it all. That's the way it is. But that's the way it is sometimes. Like I say, hope everybody's doing okay. We are surviving. I guess that's the best way to put it. Our hospital system here is struggling right now. And it's been interesting, to say the least. So, okay. Well, this next item is an Avon item I'm going to show. And when I looked it up, because I had to look it up, because it's from what years it's from? No, 2004. Okay. All right, I'm going to pass on this. And when I looked this one up, I'll tell you what, prices were just weird all over the place. And so it's in the original box. Just showing you that. I want to take it out of the box. It is Friends for 70 years. I know I hate taking out of the packaging, but Friends, it's a Mickey Mouse. I don't think it's taped. No. And there's a certificate there. It's a Mickey Mouse watch. And the packaging. Brand new. This is brand new. This is the first time this has been opened, probably. At least by me, anyway. Like I said, this did come from the Avon dealer, and I doubt that they may have opened it. It does talk about the battery here, how to change it and everything. I don't know if it's ever been turned on or if the battery is good or not. It is from 2004, so I would assume the battery is not good, and that you may need to replace it, or I may, if I have one, and I will include a new battery with it if I have one. But Mickey Mouse. New inbox, and we'll start this at. Okay, I'm going to go on the conservative side of what I saw out in at least 4 different sites. Way low, lower than any of the sites were. And I'm going to start this at 25. One site had it for 3 times that, and one site had it for 2 times that. And so it's going to give you the idea of what, how crazy things are out there sometimes. And how you really can't rely on what you see out there when you're looking things up. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. Get that back in its frame here. And get that to clear up. Yes, I'm getting glare from the lights. What's happening is the light in my room reflects off the ceiling, and then what you're seeing is the glare off the ceiling. So if I try to focus the light away from that, it isn't quite so bad. There we go. That actually works pretty well. So, okay. Yeah, I know there are Mickey Mouse collectors out there. There are Avon collectors out there. We'll go with that. Okay. Jewelry next. Technically, I don't consider a watch jewelry. I know some people group watches in the jewelry category, but oh no, wait a minute. Let's do this. I don't know what, I'll take that back. I'm gonna do something different. Again, I'm gonna have to open the package that has been opened. And let me see if I can open one of them here without doing any damage. Well, again, I hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, we're not going to get through all this Avon. I'll try and get through all the Avon stuff that was in the preview, but even that, I'm not sure. No, that's not going to work. Alrighty. Trying to open this package without doing any hard damage here. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll pass on the watch. Get it back in its tin. Back in the bag. And back in the box. The box is a little dinged up, but it didn't affect the tin or anything. All right. This is also Avon. I think I showed one of these in the preview. It's a thimble set, and I've got 3 of them. This is the one I opened is the bunny. There's one of a cat, and one of a bear. So it had a little styrofoam packaging in here. Get that out and show you the thimble with the bunny. Can you see that okay? Oops, let me get rid of the Mickey Mouse thing off the screen. Here's the bunny. I think it is going to be, I'm going to leave a dark background here for now. Okay, so let me just put it in here. Avon, thimble, I think they call, what do they call this? Charming Thimble Collection. And we'll, we're going to start this at no, let's say $7 for choice. Again, you're not, when I say for choice, it's not a buy it now, so it's the high bidder will get their pick of whichever one they want. That's the bunny. Let me get the bear out. I'm leaving him in the plastic. I just don't trust it. Ooh, no, the bear came unglued. So we'll set him aside. It's funny, it's packaged in foam and it still didn't survive. It's not broken. It's just the figure is glued to the top, like the figure is glued to the top of the thimble, like so, and so it's not broken. It's just make sure the cat's okay. Well, I'm taking out the package now. Like I said, never took out the package, so no idea. There's the cat. So, any interest in that? They are ceramic. See if it's what it says in the print here. From Avon, boy, that is some tiny print. Give me a second. From Avon's exclusive thimble collection, a treasured addition to any thimble collection. These tiny hand-painted resin bunny, well, this is in the case the bunny, purchased on fine porcelain thimble accented in 22 karat gold. For decorative purposes only, keep out of the reach of children. Made in China for Avon products. 1999. 1999. So that was the bunny I just read from, and that is just down so you can see it at a better angle there. There they are. So, resin, hand painted resin on top of a ceramic with a 22 karat gold trim on the thimble. So, okay, time for another sip of water. Now, this is the risk you take when you buy something that's unopened. Let me take the bear. That's the bunny box. That's the cat's box. Just put him back in there for now, and I'll see if there's something I can fix. And when I sell it, I will let people know that it had to be repaired. It's not that it's damaged; it just came blue. So, I'm really surprised with something like that, but it is pretty old. I realize it's from, what did I say, 1999. 26 years old, 27 years old. So it survived all of this, huh? All right, we'll pass. Let's get back to some jewelry. That's the cat in this box. And the bunny. Okay. Let's do. I'm gonna do some more jewelry, not necessarily Avon jewelry now, but I just wanted to show you this really. Oh, let me get my board. Necklace. I think this is a necklace I want to display properly. And this is a really, really long one, so please bear with me for a minute here while I try to figure out how to display it. This is a super long necklace, but okay. Oh, get that off screen. Oops, I put it on crooked. It didn't help, huh? Like I said, this thing's really long. My wife loved this piece, and she almost kept it. And get that to stay without my hands having to be there while I put these bunny symbols away. There. Okay. So this is, I think she said this is glass. The red is glass. The gold is acrylic. And so I want to call this a red and gold Y necklace. We'll start this at 7, I guess. So let's get some better light on it here. And I'm going to take it off this board. If you want to see it, how it hung. But there's the piece there at the top, at the bottom of the Y, and then the red and amber. Oh, there's some amber in there too, amber color, and then the tassel finish. It is, and I think this is a 1928 red and white, or 2028. No, you can't see that very well on screen. Let me look. 1928. This thing is super long. I'm going to take it out of the way, get that off of there, lay it on the table, and to show you on the table because you need to see how long this thing is. Boom. Okay. Up there. And even then, even with you putting it on the table, I'm still not high enough to show the whole thing. There. Okay. So this is, like I said, 1928 is the brand. And if I put let my white background go. Yeah, it's difficult to show something this long, and I'll give you a measurement here against the white. Against the white. I'll get you a measurement up to the Y. And you'll have an idea how long this thing is. So this 12-inch, roughly a 12, almost 13-inch drop. So let's say 26-inch just to the Y of the necklace. Oops. Twisted. And then another from the top, from the Y itself, another 5 inches. So give you an idea. So, but you can see that, you know, the kind of a reddish, amber, reddish, and then green too. Some green in there too. I didn't see that when I was holding it earlier. So, and then the gold. So it's got 4 different colors in it, plus the brass tangly and the brass piece here in the center with some crystal or stone or something in the middle of it. Shut this up. Is this like make it too? Is that too much? No, it's not too bad. It does bring out the color better. So. There. Okay. All right. So there it is. And the dimensions. You have the colors, and you have everything you need to know about it. I hope. And it's a 1928 brand. Over the couple of years, I've had a lot of the 1928 stuff come through. So, okay, but it looks like there's no interest, so that's right. Pass. And we'll set that aside. I'm going to find a nice little bag so it doesn't tangle up. Oh, what are we doing here? Oh, gee, I almost forgot the biggie. What time is it? It is 9:40. Okay. So this was in the preview. I promised I'd try and get to everything that's in the preview. It was in the preview. And let me shut this light off because it's going to glare on the box. The Barbie. What is this one called? Victorian Elegance Barbie. I'm going to start this at $20. And there she is in all her glory. The box seems to be pretty decent shape, actually. There's a little bit of this tab. It's been open and closed a little too much, and there's a little tiny stain on the tab here. But that's about it. This is from 1994. Yeah. So let's see. 1994, and I don't think she's been taken out of the box. Do you see the plastic? See the accessories here are still in plastic. So, and then there's a couple of little things here on the side. So she's wearing a reddish outfit. I think you can see that pretty plainly. Get the glare off of there. I'm trying to get it. So there we go. So you don't have too much glare from the light. And you can see her dress and color. She's the standard, Barbie size. I think, was that 11-inch doll, right? Plus the box. So, dark hair. Typically this is a collectible item and not a item that you would give to a child to play with, but it has been done. My wife, many, many, many years ago, when we first got married, got rid of a lot of her Barbie stuff, including the original Barbie from 1959. She's so she so wishes she hadn't and she knows she just gave it to the little girl next door, and in Maine, where we were, and who knows where that doll ended up. A lot of times, my daughters, when they had dolls like that, they would cut the hair and things like that. So, anyway, I'll pop this out on eBay if nobody's interested tonight. But I wanted to give it a chance. I know there were some. At least I've had some folks in the past that were interested in Barbie stuff, so I thought I'd give them a shot. Add it before it goes out on eBay. Okay, let's see here. What we're gonna do now? Do some more Avon jewelry. No interest in Barbie. We will pass on that. For those who've been to some of our prior auctions, you know that I have a Barbie I'm sitting on that I haven't put out there yet, but it could be worth anywhere from $50 to $500, depending what the collector thinks of it. It's apparently has a variation that is not common. So I still have it, but I just haven't decided what to do with it yet. Okay, so this is another Avon item. This is that's the French version. Genuine freshwater pearl pendant gift set for Ensemble Cadieux Pendentif Pearl d'eau douce véritable. I can read French, but I'm not very good. So it comes in this. There's the cover, and what this is a necklace where you have 5 different pearls you can choose from to put on that necklace. Now it doesn't tell me. It just says it's made in China from 2011. I don't think Avon ever used. It was very rare. I'm going to pull it back out to see if there's any markings on the necklace, but I doubt it. Yeah, I don't see anything. This is so I'm going to assume it's silver tone. Come on now, back in the box. There we go. All right, let me get that set up there so you can see it. So apparently there are meanings to each of the pendants. I'm not sure how they come across that determination. Maybe the type of pearl a pendant is, but you can see that it is there. Let me see if that extra light helps me on. Gives a little bit of better show. Let me dim it a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Not quite so intense, but it does help bring out some of the color. Okay, so what we call this? The freshwater pearl pendant gift set. So pendant gift set. We'll start this at 15. I didn't comp this one. I'll be honest with you. I just didn't take the time to look it up. But I do have a means of doing that. No, that's not what I wanted. Thought I had a. Hang on, just do something real quick here. Oops. There. Can give you an idea of what my system thinks it's worth. But oops, I'm gonna put that up on the screen. Okay. But let's see. What else we got going on tonight? Actually, we are getting ready for winter. Get some firewood ordered, and it should be coming the next week or so. And we are getting things prepped. Yes, it's only August, I know. But hey, they're already got Halloween stuff in the stores. So we just like to get ready in advance so we don't have to think about it and later on. So, and then we feel comfortable. We don't burn a lot of wood compared to some people. We burn maybe 3 to 4 cords of wood. Not too bad. But it does make for a really warm and comfortable home. And enjoyable. Okay, no interest in this. That is fine. We will pass on that. And let's see. I want to get through some of the stuff. Show me the preview. Did I pick that? Yes, I did. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I didn't have this in the preview. I didn't want to show it. I got a Vera Bradley bag. And let me get that off screen. I'm going to have to back the camera up, I think, a little bit. I do have a lot of ephemera stuff tonight. And like I said, I brought some stamps from the 60s. If anybody's, there was something somebody's interested in. And we're going to start this. Oops, spell bag. We're going to start this at 15. No, 14. Started at 14. In great condition. Great condition. I'm not sure why they have a string tie on there, but they do. Here's the inside. Pretty clean. Well, there's the front of the bag where it says Vera Bradley, right there. And there's the outside pocket. And there's an outside pocket on this side too. It's zippered. And there's a nice leather pull on it. I'm trying to see if usually somewhere inside it'll say Vera, but I can't find it right now. It's on the tag here probably. Oh, it's just written in the. It's real fine, but it's written in the black. There's you can barely make it out. Then the stitching here is the word Vera Bradley. It's interesting. So, but that's where they have it. And you see the pockets and stuff on the inside as usual. Very nice bag. Straps. Any interest in Vera? Okay. Let's see here. What next? More jewelry, I think. I have that up there here as well. Let me grab this one. Oh. This one is an Avon bow necklace and earring set from 2018. I'll show that next. We'll pass on Vera. And we'll look back down to this guy with Avon. And this one I said, it's called the bow necklace and earring set, ensemble de collier et dormeuse boucle. Gotta open it here. Just give me a second. Kind of package it. It's in the brand new package, but it's, I think they put the box back in backwards. But there it is. So it's a necklace and earring. It's typical of Avon. I don't believe this is made in Vietnam. Interesting. Yes, this one. Okay, so this is a bow necklace and earring set. Camera parts right here. There. And we'll start this at $10. Kind of see it there. I don't think this has ever been taken out of the box either. I don't see any markings on the back. Oh, there it is. Okay, no interest in that. Excuse me. Time for another drink. We'll pass on that. This time we'll put the box together properly so it fits into the sleeve. Oops, upside down. Don't want to do that. Okay, I mentioned this earlier, and I will bring them just briefly up. If there's any interest, I'm not going to. These are old stamps from the 60s primarily. I'll go through each if you wish, but I would do choice of stamp package. Buy it now, $5. Okay, these are all vintage. So this is San Marino set of 10. It says. Now I can't guarantee that's what's in there, but I'll make sure if it's not there complete, I can take it apart and look. If you decide this, you're interested. Return to the Days of Nights were bold. You can see what it originally went for back in the 60s. This is Hungry. Fairy Tales on Stamps from 1959 to 65. Winston Churchill Memorial, British Colonies, set of 5. 1966. And basically just shoot out the name of the country and then it's yours for $5. Jordan, JFK, Memorial to a Fallen Leader. Jordan. Different political world back then. Rwanda. 20 varieties, it says. From 62 to 67. Young African nation. And last but not least, Czechoslovakia, transportation stamps, set of 9, from 1958 to 1960. Any interest at all, just put in the country and it's yours for $5. Or if you want all of them, just type all. $5 a piece. Okay, let me pick up what I'm going to do for jewelry next. Looking at that. Oh, another Avon piece. Just the one I liked. No, that's not the one I want. Oop. Yeah. Okay. No interest in the stamps. That's fine. About another Avon pair of earrings. These are shimmering, and they are shimmering teardrop earrings. And we'll start this at, oops, I misspelled teardrop. We'll start this at $8. Yeah, I wish they. Yeah, I'm going to try it so you don't get the glare there. Did you get an idea what they look like? Really pretty. And the package, obviously. New in box. There they are. That was from 2019. It says, again, made in Vietnam. Not in China. Vietnam. Is that cut down or shut that off? No, that doesn't help. Trying to cut down on the glare here. If I can boost that away a bit. There. Well, that really didn't help much. What if I shut this one off altogether? Nope. Okay. Just hold it up like that. That's the best way to show it. They do really shimmer. Yeah, very pretty. I'm assuming that it's a shepherd's hook. I didn't pull it out of the package. Yeah. Really pull it out. Yeah, it's a shepherd's hook. Gold tone. Well, it has the little keepers on it too. That's good. Okay. No interest in that. He will pass. They want to include a little tag on how to take care of your jewelry, clean, and all that stuff. So that's nice. Oh, where am I? Oh, this is the jewelry. This wasn't the preview though. Snow Baby. Smile to Treasure. Now this in its original packaging, right? So, but you're gonna open it with me. So there's the little certificate, and take it out of its packaging. You really can't see it unless you're doing October. Oh. So very specifically, it says they looks like I assume they October birthstone. Other brand. What do I have? I don't know if this is a branded name or not. Let me see here. So, I got another tray full of jewelry here. I got a Liz Claiborne piece. I'll bring that out next. So I have a fair amount of Liz Claiborne actually hanging around here. That one I know I just happen to have within reach. And I don't know if there's a brand on this one. I had that 1928 one earlier. And I have some other 1928 stuff somewhere. I literally have boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. Let me see if I can make out what this one is. I think this is a Claire's. Yeah, that's a Claire's. I'll show those next. How's that? So, okay. No interest in the. Whoops, I got the wrong thing up there. Snow Baby. October. Let's this. I have no idea what Snow Babies go for. I just got my hands on this. I know some people collect them, so we'll say $8. Yeah, October Rose Zircon is what it is. Department 56. I know those are usually considered like good stuff. Department 56. Obviously brand new. Oops, put that up on the screen briefly while I sort these other two pieces out. Let's see if I can grab my hands on something else here for you. Wrong. Three boxes behind me. Let's see if I can find something suitable. No, that's a good one too. We'll give you these three. Okay. Give me a minute or two. I have also have some dichroic glass pendants and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm going to hide that and pass on that. And let's put it back properly in the packaging. Yes, I should put that on maybe quickly here, but we're coming up, huh? Yeah. There might be some October birth dates coming up there, and somebody interested in that. Okay. Let's do the Liz Claiborne, see how I mentioned that first. Still has a tag on it. I'm going to show it like this. This is another Y style. I'm break the camera a little bit. Let's see it better. A little more. There we go. There's a tag here that says Liz Claiborne. Right there. Does have an extension chain. I don't know if the Liz Claiborne logo is anywhere on there, but it could be. I didn't look. So I'm going to call this the Blue Liz Claiborne necklace. And we'll start this at $7. And so, let's say there's the tag that was on it. I don't know if there's even a price on there. Probably not. And lobster claw type thing connection there. There's an interesting little triangle shaped piece here. Maybe it has the LC on it. Sometimes they just put LC on it, so I don't know. But it's a really pretty blue, aqua kind of maybe color blue, I guess you call it. And length. Just 14 to the Y, to the base of this right here. And let me get this other one out. Okay, so some of the Avon stuff will be next week, or next doctrine, whenever I do that next. And then I've got a bracelet next, or maybe an anklet. I'm not sure which. Okay, no interest in that. We'll pass. I'm going to move along quickly on these. So I have this one here is a baked beads. I can't read all the fine print on it, so give me a second and I can read it. I think it's got some other things written on it, maybe. Just baked beads. I thought maybe something else was on there, but no. And so you see it's got these little pink stones in it. Oops, let me get rid of the little thing on there. So it's really small. See, so it's either a bracelet or an anklet or both. Let's get the length on it for you. And it's got an extended chain on it. So it could be a choker, I guess. Technically, it's almost 10 inches. It is 10 inches. So I guess it could be a choker if you've got a really small neck, but I guess. But so baked beads, 10-inch. We're not sure what to call it. Anklet? I'm going to call it an anklet because it's longer than a bracelet. And we'll start this at 7 also. It does have an extender on it. So I'm not quite sure what that means. I didn't see any other markings on it. The baked beads name right there on the tag. And you can see the little pink stones and throughout. The hang tag just says baked beads. And you see that some of these have the little round piece with the stone in it, and there's just a pink bead. That's that. Oh, it's a well-known here. I'm trying to think of, it's a department store type thing though. It's not a you might even see it in some of the like jewelry boutiques like Claire's and that kind of thing. So, well, speaking of, that's the next item I'm going to show. Yeah, they've been around a little while, I guess. I don't know much about their history. I just know, they do exist. And all right, this next one I think it's a Claire's, and that is just a little, boutique, shop. This is a necklace. I do have some silver. I think I can look for that too, but I don't know if they're name brand or not. Okay. I'm going to pass on that. I'm just going to roll right through it here. And then this one's a Claire's. And it's a cute little turtle with starfish in it and kind of a clear. See if I take my hand away, you can see it's translucent. I think it's the word I'm looking for. Nothing on the back. And this one has the name of Claire's. Trying to get that to hold without glare. Hang on a second. So it says Claire's. That's got a pretty long extension on it, and I think that one is close to 16-inch without the extension. Yep, 16-inch without the extension, and the extension gives you another couple of inches. So, there's turtle necklace. We'll start this at 6. Let me see here. What else? Within reach. And my literally box full of stuff here. I thought I had some more Liz Claiborne here. Within reach. Not in that box. I'm actually just starting to organize some of my stuff to get a little less crazy, rather than just boxes full of stuff. So, I've got Avon earrings. I just found them, of course. More Avon. Oh, shoot. What did I do with that? Oh, I know I had this other piece. I'm going to show this after this piece. And this was actually from the estate sale that I was participating in a while back. So I'm going to pass on this. And this is the piece set. I'm so upset with myself. I think I had the necklace that goes with this as well at one point. All I have is the bracelet and the earrings, and I'll show you in a minute here as soon as I take care of this necklace in my hand. This is amethyst, and the earrings are screwback earrings, not clip, not pierced ears. And it's real amethyst, and these are marked as gold filled. So there's a bracelet, and this is all amethyst, polished amethyst stone, and the amethyst. Now I can provide gold tone shepherd hooks. I don't have any gold filled ones. It's just something I can get my hands on at a reasonable price nowadays. We used to make jewelry. My wife used to make jewelry. I used to help her some. She did all the work. And I actually still have some of her pieces kicking around here somewhere. So, But they the amethyst and earrings. Oops, let me get rid of that message on the screen. Oh my goodness. Bracelet and earrings. I have to start this at like 15. It's worth a lot more than that, but they are marked as gold filled on this piece here somewhere. It's really fine print, but it's pretty sure it's marked there somewhere. And this came from the estate, so I know this stuff goes back to like the 60s, maybe even 50s, considering it's all screwback earrings and stuff. But yeah, so that is where it is. So if there's any interest in that, meanwhile, I'll keep looking here. Every time I look at something else, it's more Avon. I'm just looking to see if I had some other brand. I have to untangle some of this. I got another one called the Limited. It's another piece tangled with it. So just let me untangle this. All right, antivirus is popping up for some reason. Okay. All right, no interest in that. We'll pass. Oops. And then I have this really unusually large piece from the Limited that I'm trying to untangle here. It's a multi-strand, but maybe I don't have time for that tonight. It's take too long to untangle it. And this is what I was talking about with the dichroic stuff. I actually know the artist, or met the artist, I should say, that made these. And I've sold some of these over the past couple of years. Right. And here's an example of the dichroic glass on just a gold tone chain, for example. I'm still trying to find that other piece I had. I thought it was a match set. Like I said, I'm not as well organized as I should be. Thought I had a couple more pieces within reach that were marked. Certainly not. Not that I can get my hands on quickly. I'm literally going through a box full of stuff. That's what I'm going through. Just trying to find something that you might be interested in, or anybody would be interested in, for that matter. But I usually finish around 10:30 anyway, so about time to start wrapping it up. Oh, that's a necklace and bracelet set. No name on it. Oh. And I have like Monet pins, that kind of stuff. I have, but they're not Monet Monet. Here's a Monet pen, for example. Sorry, it's got an inventory tag on it. Here's a Monet pen I have, for example. And I have several bracelets that my wife made. I'm trying to see if I have any of those handy. Yeah, here's one. So here's one of the bracelets she made. And these are Pandora style. And a few of the beads may or may not be marked silver. I can't recall on this particular one, but some of them were. But there's stuff like that we had. And I literally am sitting on. Oh, there's another one. No, this is from the estate. Clasp zone. And here's another one from the estate. It's some various stones. Well, this is an interesting one because there's no clasp. Just and these, the gold tone on these. I would bet they're gold filled, but I can't guarantee it. So I'm not going to say this for sure. But this is an interesting one as well. It's all stones. So, I've got you could spend hours going through the stuff I've got here. I've got boxes and bins of stuff that we've shown some of it and some of it that we haven't. So, and that's why trying to keep track of what I've shown and what I haven't has been more of a challenge lately. So, here's another piece I think that came from the estate. Again, I say that because of the design style that this woman wore a lot of. So I think these are like they're not hematite, but they're some type of stone. They are definitely stone. I don't know if they're black opal but they're not what's the other one I'm trying to think of. But anyway, they're definitely stone. And again, no clasp on this. It's the necklace without. So cool, huh? So anyway, hi Merlini. So yeah, that's where we are. But if there's anything you saw that you're interested in, I just throw me a number sometimes. I'm literally to the point now where I need to start liquidating and getting rid of stuff, and to kind of cut down on what we have. And so that's when you made the offer earlier. I didn't hesitate much, did I? So we are trying to minimize. We need to move at some point when we leave in this home, and don't want to take all this stuff with me. Here's another necklace, a bracelet that's really nice that we're going to fill tonight. So the color one, 8. I'd be happy with $8. I know it's all stone. It's cold to the touch. So this is probably amethyst. I'm not sure what the paler green one is. Could be. I don't think it's malachite. Malachite's usually darker than that. But yeah. Okay. Done. Whoops, almost spilled that. Your name, that is. Thank you. Let me put that in your box. And write that down. As soon as I figure out what to do with my board. Oh, it could be. Could be aquamarine. That's a good guess, Marlene. Could be. So, like I said, I'm just literally randomly digging through a box of stuff, and I usually try to wrap it up by 10:30 my time, which is now. But let me just give you anything else really quickly here that I can tease you with. Somewhere I've got more of that estate jewelry. I just can't remember. And that was all really high quality stuff. Let me see if it's one of these other boxes. As soon as I find a place to put this one. I got a cherry amber necklace here. Interesting. No name on it. And I got a hematite one. That's really cool. I think this one's on silver. Yeah. I'll show you this one, and then we'll call it a night. Yeah, I don't have Presidium either. My wife and I have been talking about getting one for quite some time. There's been many stones that we've had to kind of guess at. I believe this chain. Let's see if it's not too far. Yes. So this is on a silver chain, hematite, and it's got this little banded piece here. That, let's see if that's going to focus. With little rhinestones in it. I'm assuming rhinestones. I did not test it. I do have a diamond tester, but I did not test it. I did really tiny. And it goes through this heart-shaped piece of hematite, and this is the silver chain. Probably looks like 18-inch, roughly, I think. Yeah. Oh, 16-inch. Okay. 16-inch silver chain. I hadn't put a price out there yet for it. But I was going to ask 15 if that's not too unreasonable. It is a silver chain, and then I believe the piece that this is on is also silver. I'm not sure if it's marked or not. Let me see if there is marking on there, some sort. Just to give you a whole heads up there. Yes, it is marked 925. The round piece on it, that is marked 925 as well. So, all right. Well, nobody else is going to bid on it. We'll say it's sold. Marlene, 415. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write that down. Okay, let me put that in a little bag. I'll pick up your stuff. And I'm going to push it a little bit longer here and just show you a couple more items. Then my wife's not complaining yet, but I don't think she is. And don't hear the dogs complaining. They're sound asleep probably. So Let me write your name on this bag, Marlene, so don't forget. "20th of August. Okay. Let's see. That's all coming out of this one box. Then I think that we can exhaust this particular box. Although, like I said, I have this. We think is cherry amber. I'll show it to you. Keep talking about it. I should show it to you. Now, keep in mind, amber is not cold because it is not. It's fossilized tree sap. So when you, it feels like it doesn't feel cold to the touch. The blackberries, we are still picking. We have up to over 3 gallons of blackberries. Yeah, we've made 5 or 6 jars of blackberry jam so far. We also got to make strawberry jam. My wife made 6 jars of sweet and sour, sweet pickles, and 5 jars of what they call refrigerator pickles. So yeah. Oh yeah, black light, right? So yeah, it's not really luminescent, is it? Paper is, but the material is not. It's interesting because when you shine the light on it, it just shows a pattern. You can see a pattern inside it. I mean, non-repeating pattern. So I don't know. It's a pretty necklace anyway, but we don't know what it is for sure. So yeah. Well, the winters aren't that cold. I mean, harsh is a word that's subjective. I don't consider it harsh winter compared to some places. So they got that toggle class, which I think is kind of cool. You don't see that too often nowadays. But there's one that's really interesting. It's kind of she calls it a cherry amber color, so that's why I'm. Yeah, I don't think they're amber either, but it's pretty. Yeah, it's a color of cherry amber. It's the safest way to say it. That's why I say I wouldn't guarantee it. I've got some freshwater pearl necklaces and bracelets here in my hands. What else is within reach? That was from last week. Oh yeah, one of the things I was going to show. There's a person who was interested in during my preview. I don't know, reconstructed amber. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that. Anyway, but there's a person that was interested in if I had any 60s and 70s stuff. Well, I do. Besides the stamps I showed from the 60s, I've got a working transistor radio. I think this would be 70s. You notice it's AM only. But it works. I put a battery in it, it works. That's a little headphone jack. And then I have this wooden bowl made from a tree that was a souvenir from, where is it? On here. Souvenir from Glens Falls, New York. Little transferware in the center there. That's what that is. And it's with a little felt pad on the bottom. Isn't that cool? So that was the kind of thing I was going to show somebody that, yeah, obviously I know, Roma, that's too big for something for you to ship out the way you are. But I was hoping the person was going to show up and then had that stuff to show them. Anyway, okay. Let me see if this other box has got anything that might be of interest. Well, that was stuff I put last week too, I think. I don't remember showing that one. Or did I? Well, that one I did. A couple of necklaces here, but I'm just going to see if they're. Like I said, there's some really. I think I showed this one in the past, but recent past. And then this other one that's really bright green. And this has got a magnetic clasp. Cool, huh? The radio? No. I think it's. Let me give you a weight here. Hang on. Scale just happen to have it handy here. Eight and a half ounces. And of course, the battery's in it, so let me get the battery out. Because I can't ship it with the battery anyway. It's only 2 AA's, but they will add some weight. Just so you see, this is the interior. And here's where the batteries go. Without the batteries, 6.8 ounces. Yep, 6.8 ounces. So say 7 ounces plus shipping. Oh, in grams? Let me change the scale here. 192 grams. So, and that's without the batteries, of course. And it takes 2 AA's. Oh, what I was asked for something? Oh, so, yeah. Well, yeah, I remember. Zenith is, yeah, it's no longer been an American brand for quite some time. Yeah, this is like RCA. RCA doesn't exist either, except in name. So, but anyway, yeah, what would I ask for that? Oh, $10 or $15 in that range, something like that. They go for more than that, but I wouldn't be asking that much for it. I didn't pay that much for it, so got that in the estate sale. Sure, just let me know in the email or something, and I'll set it aside. I'm not showing it. I haven't been showing it anyway. Really, I did show it a couple, maybe a month or so ago. I think during one of the auctions, but there was no interest. I mean, the other thing I showed, I think last couple of weeks was postcards, and I get literally sitting on 2 8 by 10 by 8 by 12 maybe boxes of postcards, all vintage. Actually, I just picked up a whole bunch more today. So if anybody's interested in things like vintage postcards, I got a ton of them. And all kinds of. I also have a bunch of old things like old. I know some people like to collect old photographs and stuff. I got a bunch of those. Big. Oh, here's a cutie. Baby pictures. I think the names didn't even have names on any of them. It's really funny. But, yeah. And then there's us. And then we got a lot of these comical ones like that. So isn't that cool? Some of those are really neat. So if there's any interest in that, I'm going to wrap it up for the night here. But if people are interested in something like that, give me some. I'm saying be specific, but give me some general ideas of the kind of things you're looking for, and I can certainly Valentine cards, for example. I've got some, some of these like that. Got some really cute stuff. Oh yeah, I haven't put a lot of that on eBay, but I should. I know there's a big demand for some of that. Okay. I think we will switch cameras here. Okay. Yep. All right. Thanks, Marlene. I will look for that. Painting postcards. Let me see what I think I know what you mean. Let me see. I'm just going to thumb through a pile here real quick. These are touristy ones. Just hang on. Sorry, I'm just bending down on the boxes on the floor here. Tobacco. I have cards like that. Interesting. That's envelopes. Let me see if there's any more here. Hang on a second. I can't remember what's in this envelope. Well, these are greeting cards. So like, stuff like that. Raphael Tuck and something limited. Original Card Company. So they have a lot of. These are definitely painting related, as you can see. So another one there. That's in that one stack. Like I said, you wouldn't believe the variety of postcards I have. But so those were greeting cards. Those weren't postcards. But I'm sure I have what you're looking for. I just have to dig through the box. I've got packages like this. These are all postcards. Oh, this is a nice one. Some of these are individually sleeved, which is really nice, like that. Postcard. Oops. There we go. Right side up. And that one is from. That one's unused, actually, surprisingly. So, yeah. I also have some what they call RPPC. Yeah, they're all vintage. They're all vintage. Some of these go back to the early 1900s. And they cover. These people must have traveled a lot. They cover a lot of different areas. Travel. I'm just trying to dig out some here. Let's see if I can find some really old ones that are postmarked. There's even a black and white one I've got. And also the colorized when they made some. This one here was photographic postcard. Let me see what's the date on that. Can't make up the date. It's a 2-cent stamp on it. Here's an RPPC. Sorry, Real Picture Postcard, RPPC. Great Britain and Ireland. You can tell, by the way, see if it's got a dividing line. They didn't have that in the earliest ones. The later ones did, but the earlier ones did not. So if they don't have that dividing line, like this one, no dividing line. And the date on that one is 1907 or 101. I can't make out on there on that. But see, it's just a. And then they wrote on the other side. Cool, huh? So I got a ton of those. I do. I really have a ton of these. So if that's something you're interested in, and I can make sure they're sleeved if they're not sleeved already. So I have sleeves to put them in. So, fun stuff. Fun stuff. My wife loves reading them. So, all right, I'm really running late. So, but I know it's not late for you, but it is for me. And my dogs get me up sometimes pretty early in the morning. So we are going to call it a night. And everybody have a blessed night and great weekend. I hope your weekend is as good. We got some family things going on for us, both this weekend and the next. So it'll be crazy busy. Marlene, yes, I always keep you in our prayers. Your fifth one's coming up. Okay, we'll keep you up. No, don't apologize for that, Romo. That's my choice. So, yes, Marlene, we keep thinking of you, and I'm glad that you're still getting through your treatments and stuff. So, we'll keep you in our prayers. Keep everybody in our prayers. So, the way things are going some days, y'all have a blessed night.